Gabriela is going to teach me. She's going to talk about the positive and negative sides, and then me and you together, we can come to the conclusion and decide in which exchange we want to trade.
User-friendly means how exchange looks like. Market cap currently is only 50 million in total. You can trade futures, you can trade options, so that's more riskier financial instrument.
You want to say that in some exchanges, or let's be clear, in the decentralized, I cannot reset my password?
No. Under a certain limit, they don't ask you for documentation.
So if you're a beginner like me, then go for centralized. Hi from Crypto Pro Girl, and then hi from Crypto Beginner. I don't want to sound a little bit racist, but
Centralized exchange prices can be sometimes manipulated a lot by the market makers or by the project teams.
I forget to mention that.
Every candlestick means 5 minutes.
Oh wow, it's moving so fast. Custodial, what does it mean?
That's very, very important part. It's a cryptocurrency. It's a cryptocurrency.
Basically, today we are going to talk about exchanges where we have two types of exchanges. Centralized
And decentralized.
Exactly. Since we have two types of exchanges, we decided to divide them in 2 episodes. In this episode, we are going to talk about
Centralized exchanges where most of the people buy and store their crypto.
Exactly. Why we are going to talk about the exchange? Because if you remember our previous episode where I wanted to start to trade already or to buy the cryptocurrency, let's say, we realized that actually in order to trade we need exchange. So that's why we decided to talk a little bit about exchanges, because like we have two types of exchanges, but both of them, they have positive sides and negative sides. So Gabriela is going to teach me. She's going to talk about the positive and negative sides, and then me and you together, we can come to the conclusion and decide in which exchange we want to trade. So,
Correct.
you give me a task to look for the exchanges.
Yes.
So what I did, as everyone in this time they're doing, I decided to ask ChatGPT,
Very
DeepSeek,
good. It's a good start.
about positive and negative sides. And here are, so I'm going to ask you one by one, and I would like you a little bit to clarify for me, because it gives me just short explanation, but I guess I need more deeper explanation.
Let's do it like that. That's a good way of doing it.
Yes. So, for example, let's start from the positive side. Let's be more positive to start from the positive sides. It says like you need to go for the centralized exchange because it's user friendly. What does it mean? User friendly.
User friendly means how exchange looks like, how it is easy for you to find what you need. For example, you want to buy today, let's say, Bitcoin. So how it is easy for you to do that? Let's take an example of a Bybit exchange, right? So here I opened the Bybit exchange, I opened the trade section, and I opened the BTC and USDT pair, right? So here, is it clear for you, for example, how you would buy a Bitcoin with US dollars, let's say? Would you understand how to do this?
You want me to be honest? No.
Let's be honest. No.
No.
I was all the time thinking that centralized exchange is the easiest place to do that.
Really?
All right. So from the user,
like from the picture that I see exactly right now.
Yeah.
This is like
tell me what you see.
This is the main picture. Like when you go.
Yes. When you go, you would need to buy here.
Okay, no. To be honest, no. I don't understand anything when I look at the picture.
Okay. So it means it's not user-friendly enough maybe from the beginners, because this is a typical place where all the traders go. You can see here the order book. You can see all the sell prices here and the amounts that people are selling. You can see the buy orders here, all the buy prices that people are buying, quantities, and you can see the chart in 30 minutes, how Bitcoin is moving. You see it was up, then it went down, then it's again trying to go
It's like last
up.
30 minutes?
Yes, it's 30 minutes. So every candlestick that you can see here represents 30 minutes. If I click here, for example, 5 minutes, what happens? Every candlestick means 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. It's
Yes.
moving so fast.
Yes, you see. So this is how it looks like. And if you want to buy it, you go here, you enter the amount of Bitcoin you want to buy, and you just click buy.
Okay, I got it. I think so. And let's go for the second one. It says high liquidity. What is actually liquidity?
Yeah, so liquidity basically means if there is enough of money on the exchange to buy a certain cryptocurrency. So for example, I can give you two different cases, right? Let's say you go into the Bybit exchange again and you want to buy very low market cap coin. Let's say some SDX token, right? We can check if it's available on Bybit actually. And you want to buy, let's say, with $10 million, right? What happens, you need to be sure that there is enough of basically money, the liquidity to buy that cryptocurrency, right? So for example, if you go into coin market cap, so for example, market cap currently is only 50 million in total. So that means how much in total all the people bought at the moment of this SDX token, right?
Is that liquidity?
It's a little bit different, but I'm just trying to explain to you how big is this token. So that means that liquidity will be small as well, and to buy for you with 10 million of US dollars, it will be extremely hard. So what will happen if you try to buy? You will push the price up a lot, and it will not be possible for you to buy, let's say, at the current price, which is 0.00561, right? So if liquidity is very small, you will not be able to buy at this price. You will end up increasing the price a lot, and you will not gain anything from this. So this is what liquidity means. And a lot of people, when they choose their exchange, they look that liquidity is high, so you can trust the exchange, and when you need to sell your asset, it will be enough of money for you to get your US dollars back. You know what I mean?
So this is high
Yes.
liquidity.
Yes.
Okay. Then why run of cryptocurrencies in exchange, like in centralized exchange? What does it mean?
Yes, so a lot of traders, when they choose their exchanges, they always look for the exchange that has enough of different cryptocurrencies, right? So again, we can take the example of CoinMarketCap, let's say, and the first exchange stands here is a Binance, and it has 467 coins at the moment. Which is quite a lot. And there are some of the exchanges, for example, that have over 3,000 of different cryptocurrencies. So can you imagine they list every single small token?
But it's good. Is it good to list everything?
Well, it has positive sides and negative sides. If the exchange has a very good reputation, we tend to be very selective with the coins that we are listing. So we don't list everyone, right? Like, for example, Binance, we have over 400 pairs. And while, for example,
I've seen something with 4,000 even.
Exactly, you can see even with 4,000. Which one did you see 4,000?
Gate one?
Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has the coins are here. This,
okay.
Yeah. It has over 2,000. So for example, so you imagine they list every small token, every small coin on.
So if
on
you
their
care
exchange.
about your reputation, so you don't list every coin there.
Yes. So you are more selective. Of course, from the trader perspective, we want to trade some smaller tokens, so we prefer the exchange that has a lot of different coins to choose from.
I see. So the next one is advanced trading features.
Yes, so this is another quite big topic, but we can take an example again of Bybit exchange. And Bybit offers a lot of different products that you can trade. You can trade the spot positions, which basically means you buy the cryptocurrency at the current price when you are buying. You can trade futures, you can trade options, so that's more riskier financial instruments that you can choose from. Also, what is very interesting, on exchanges, you can stake as well your cryptocurrencies.
Stake?
Yes.
What does it mean?
What that means, so for example, imagine you have 10 Ethereum tokens, right? Mm-hmm. And you can give to an exchange and leave it, let's say, for a year, and then you get 10%, let's say, as for example, 10% more of your money.
Oh, it's like you're giving your money to the bank and you get...
Very similar, just in crypto. Yes.
Ah.
Very similar.
Okay.
So, exchanges offer a lot of different products, not only trading and
so it's related to the centralized exchange, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's why it's advanced?
Yes. And some of the exchanges, they have copy trading features as well, but not all of them. So you can basically copy some other trades. For example, if you would be trading on the exchange, mm-hmm. right?
I can copy you?
You can copy me, I can copy you.
Yeah. So you can choose the best trader and then you can copy him.
Yes, you can find that best trader and copy him, all his trades.
Yeah, but the thing is that I hate copy. I don't really like copy.
So let others copy.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
That's why in our program we are going to teach you how to do that. It's like I'm going to do it, but still I'm the tool here, because Gabriella is teaching me and I'm learning here and you're learning together with me. So we are smart, I'm sure. We are going to show to the people that women can do better, and we will do our own tradings, and as you said, let people to copy us. Exactly. Okay, the next one. Fiat on ramp. What does it mean?
It's one of the most popular features that a lot of exchanges has it actually. Do you have Revolut?
I do.
Yeah, so if you want to buy some cryptos now with your Revolut, you need an exchange that supports fiat on ramp. So if you go into exchange, you see fiat on ramp function, you can buy your crypto.
So it's kind of like currency.
It's a function.
So because currency is token.
Correct, cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A little bit deeper explanation, I'm confused.
What is a token?
No, what is the fiat exactly?
Fiat is a currency. It's a dollar, euro, or any other currency that exists in the world.
And then what is the token? It's also currency, no?
It's a cryptocurrency. It's a cryptocurrency. Token is a cryptocurrency. Fiat stands for euro, dollar, or any other currency in the world.
Okay, I just confused them. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so in order to exchange your dollars with the cryptocurrency.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Security measure. It says like it's the positive side of the centralized exchange because of the security.
Yeah, it has positive and negative sides of a security. Of course, it's a secure from the user perspective to put your money on centralized exchange because, for example, if you lose your password, you can always recover it, right? You can say, I forgot my password, and you get it. But the exchange can be hacked, exchange can go bankrupt, and that means that you don't have any custody over your funds. So if that happens, you lose it.
You want to say that in some exchanges, or let's be clear, in the decentralized, I cannot reset my password?
No.
Oh, I always forget my password. I always like to reset because I don't have a memory. I'm Dory, by the way, my second name.
It's very bad. But don't worry, you can reset on centralized exchange.
Okay, good to know. But you said that being that much secure, it has also negative sides. What is the negative side of being that much secure? The reason you said like hacking?
Well, yeah, exchange can be hacked. exchange can go bankrupt. Recently, we saw the hack of a Bybit exchange with over 400k of Ethereum got stolen. Of course, we resolved all the issues within a couple of days. We borrowed the funds and we recovered the loss. But it can happen. So your money is at your risk if you store on centralized exchange.
Mm-hmm. But what I heard about the centralized exchange, like one of the positive sides, or let's say not positive sides, but if you want to be secure, you need to also to look where this centralized exchange is registered. Let's say if it's in Dubai, it's kind of like safer. If it's in US, it's kind of safe.
Exactly.
I don't want to sound a little bit racist, but what I heard that it's a little bit risky to choose if they're in China, for example. No?
Yeah, of course, especially these days. For example, in Europe, there is a new regulation, MiCA regulation. So you have to look if the exchange complies with a regulation in Europe, where we are registered, do we have a certain licenses. That's very, very important.
Can you break down for me a little bit?
Yes, so the MiCA regulation is the new regulation in Europe that applies for centralized exchanges, and basically we are obliged to ask for a user's KYC information for their documents, for a name, surname, passport, IDs, and we are controlling the money coming into the exchange, in exchange, and out of the exchange.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to hide,
information is transferred to the government. So you need to pay taxes, and everything is fully.
You need to pay also the taxes. Okay, Definitely. So basically, if you don't want to pay taxes, and if you want to hide your identity, then it's not a good idea to have it. But you mean those exchanges that register in Europe? Are there any exchanges that they register in Europe?
Definitely. There are some exchanges applying for MiCA licenses or some licenses in Poland. So it's this regulation. Keep in mind that this regulation just came this year. So a lot of exchanges are still in progress getting this because it takes time until you submit all the documents and finally have it.
Interesting. Okay. So, customer support. So, one of the positive sides of centralized exchange is customer support.
Yes, customer support is very important part because let's say if you decided to withdraw your funds from the centralized exchange and your withdrawal transaction gets stuck, then you need to have a support, like for example on Bybit we have here. We can just simply click here and we will get a customer support person coming to you and helping you to resolve that issue. The withdrawal congestions might be happening of a lot of different technical reasons, like for example the blockchain congestions. Usually that happens with Solana network. So that might happen. It's very important to have an exchange that has a very good customer support. So if something happens, you're not lost. There's a person that is gonna respond to you. So.
Okay, nice to know. And now we are going to talk about negative sides. We've been enough positive, talking about the positive sides. But let's look to the reality. As we said already, everything has negative sides in this world and positive sides as well. Now, one of the negative sides is the risk of custodial. What does it mean?
That's very, very important part. Because, when you put your money, your crypto assets into the exchange, you don't have custody over your funds. You don't own it. So your money is already in the company's account.
What does it mean?
It means basically that, as I mentioned you before, if company goes bankrupt, you cannot just get that money immediately. So it's not in, imagine this as in your wallet, right? You have a physical wallet, right? So then you put euros in your physical wallet, you have in your wallet. If you put in a bank, it's not in your wallet anymore. That's the same.
But someone can also hack your wallet now.
Absolutely, we can steal
it. So anyway, it's
so
risky.
you have to take care about your wallet yourself. So that is the difference between custodial solutions and non-custodial solutions.
Yeah, I see here. It says like hack, fraud. I see. Okay.
Correct.
So basically, since your money doesn't belong to you, okay, it belongs to you, but it's in the exchange. Okay, if it's got hacked, then you are in trouble.
Yeah.
But again, the positive sides, if your exchange in register in the good places, in the safe places, you have chances to get it back. Third one, lack of privacy.
Yes, lack of privacy. Yes, when you have your money, your cryptocurrencies on centralized exchange, you don't have a privacy because you need to do KYC, you need to submit your documents. So you're kind of having a full identification. Some people don't like it.
Well, but I know there are a lot of centralized exchanges where you can hide your KYC.
That's very true. There are some exchanges that are still operating as non-KYC exchanges under a certain limit. They don't ask you for documentation. But keep in mind that regulations are moving further and further in the world, so those non-KYC exchanges will disappear slowly.
Ah, really?
Yes. They will not be allowed.
Because there are anti-money laundering process.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Now, the negative side, the main negative side, centralized, is control. And what I heard, some of my friends who likes trading in crypto, they told me they don't like to trade in centralized. The main reason, because of this control, so people can manipulate. Can you tell me more about it?
Yes, there are some tricks that sometimes done on centralized exchanges. So centralized exchange prices can be sometimes manipulated a lot by the market makers or by the project teams, because they control a lot of different cryptocurrencies and they can just buy a lot, meaning pumping the price a lot up and then selling, dumping everything down. On decentralized exchange, it's a little bit harder to do this because you might have not enough of liquidity to do so, right? So for example, if there is some token with a low liquidity, you try to buy it, what will happen? You will just end up pushing the price up and you will buy the token at a much higher price. Right.
So that's why it's the negative side, like centralizes control.
It can be controlled a lot.
Okay. So, downtime and technical issues. What does it mean?
Yes, it's very rare actually that it happens, but centralized exchange has its own server where we host all the information, their website, and server can crash sometimes. It might be some downtime, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, might be longer, but there is a possibility of happening this.
Do you have that experience?
I never had actually. I saw some exchanges like having some bugs in their interface and very user experience, but not like very big downtown actually. I think their servers are pretty good, but there is a possibility of happening.
Maybe it's also depending on the exchange now.
Yeah.
Okay. And negative sides, fees. Centralized exchange often charge higher fees on trading and withdrawal.
Okay, so fees depends from the exchange to exchange. So every exchange has maker and taker fees. And you buy and sell cryptocurrencies, you have to pay a small fee every time. And every exchange has small different fees. For example, there's one exchange that has 0 fees, for example. So we don't have any fees, but...
Which one?
Should we tell? They are not sponsoring us.
It's okay.
Yeah. So, for example, we don't have any any fees, and we are listing a lot of tokens. But again, we are not very well regulated, so there is a risk of you putting your money there. So
Okay,
this is
so
how we
you mean
attract
that like that exchange, they don't have fee, but it's risky.
Yes, it's quite risky. We don't have any fees on the spot trades, on a simple buys and sell. Every exchange has different fees.
Okay, regulatory risk. Yeah, what is that?
Regulation.
Yes, exactly. Regulations. Like, what do you mean by risk of regulation?
Yeah, regulation. So there are some still non-KYC exchanges that provide services in Europe. So we already know that MiCA regulation, I mentioned you before, is here in Europe, right? And one day, for example, when we will start enforcing the regulation, those exchanges very likely will go down. So if you have your money there, I think you should really hurry up and just take out your money from there. So that's one of the risks, that you might lose your money because of regulatory incompliance.
Interesting. I hope, guys, you find this video helpful, because together with Gabriel right now I'm learning a lot, and I hope you learn a lot. If you're really learning, if you really like it, please like and comment and let us know.
How do you feel about centralized exchange? Is it something you would like to open?
How do I feel about centralized? I feel that I think that it's very good for beginners, because if you are not familiar with the crypto, if you are just beginner, you just started to learn about the crypto, or let's say you just started to trade, it's safer, I guess, and it's more comfortable to go for centralized than the decentralized, because decentralized is another role that we are going to discover in the next episode. And it's very complicated, and if you are not familiar, it's not just complicated, it's way risky. So if you are a beginner like me, then go for centralized. This is my conclusion for now.
Yes, it's very important to have a certain criteria how you're gonna select the exchange, because now if you look into CoinMarketCap, the list is so huge these days, so it's extremely hard to choose where you want to trade your cryptocurrency. So I think it's important to have a criteria, what is important for you, and then choose right company.
I'm not going to choose now, because I would like also to hear a little bit about the decentralized more, and then there is more criteria that you and me need to know, and then we will select it together. So
yes,
stay tuned.
Stay tuned.